Happy Sunday, everyone. So I finished up a pair of CVX 12s with the concept frame. So they used to be L7s, L712, and they were the dual 2s, so they have a little bit bigger gap. So what I did was I put the dual 2 coil in there, and then I wired it in series for, you know, maximum BL, and then I can also double up the leads. See that? See, 2 leads per side now. And so 4 ohm, 4 ohm, and then I'm going to match them up to a 2 ohm monoblock, probably the Recoil amp, or I got a couple of those Recoil bass amps too. We're doing a combo where you get the Recoil bass amp, which is fused at 60 amps, and the 4-channel, which is fused at 50 amps. You get the pair for only 200 bucks. So it's a really good deal. And then I think shipping on the whole thing is only like $30. So let's see what else. Oh, I got some subs that need moving. This one's dual 2. This one is the original Cylon. So that's a dual 4. And then these are single half ohm as a pair. And then this one is the Quad Stack Junior, single 2 ohm. And I just built these. These are the Majestic 15-inch motor, which uses a 3-inch coil. And the quad coil from concept fits in there, but you got to take off half the layers. So you end up with a dual 1. And then I wired that in series, hardwired. So that, again, I could double up the leads. But this time on an 8-inch spider. And I got those pair. I'm going to do these pair for 200 shipped each, so 400 for the pair. And that just uses the 5 series cone with the poly cap. Real simple, and then you can still put decals on it and stuff like that. And then I have the green pair, Hulk. This is Hulk Junior. So a little bit smaller than the, again, this is the Quad Stack Junior motor. We're rating these now at 1500 watts, even though people have been running like 2K to them. But again, it seems like a lot of ferrite, but it's only about that thick, and it's made for a 4-inch opening, so it's made for a 4-inch coil, so it's not like totally saturated like we have on the 2.5-inch coils. Those are like, you know, those have like just under a 3-inch opening, so I can't use them for 3-inch, so I end up using them for 2.5, and that's just a lot of fucking ferrite, you know. So, but still very, very good. And the pair on these is only 500 shipped for the pair, and it comes with a 3-year warranty, of course, made in America. This is the ferrite from Crucible, from the Volcano buyout, and so I got those. Yeah, and these will work in the prefab boxes that we got from Recoil, which I found out, I remembered the brand. It's Fierce. Fierce was the brand in Best Buy, and that is what they used to make, which is this box, which they used to make for Best Buy. It was a do-it-yourself flat pack box, but I had Ari put them all together. I think I've shown you this before, so he did a good job stacking them. Looks like one of those, you know, South American or Brazilian builds where they put those in the back of the truck. So, but I wanted to show you that. I got more Recoil stuff in. Buy, buy, buy. Sell, sell, sell. Hope you're reselling. So, let's see. Yeah, here's the 2.5-inch. So, and the ferrite comes all the way into like here. So it's just a bit more like a ratio. So these don't even need to be quad stack, even though on the quad stacks I usually only make them as a 15 or an 18. And then the triple stack I do as a 10 or a 12. But I wanted to show you this little process. When I first got the coils made from Precision Econowine, where's it at? Oh, there it is. Okay. So in this format, this 2 3/8 inch format, I forget, I think it's like a 61 millimeter or something like that. The gaps are different sizes. So if you have the dual 2 gap, that one's bigger, okay, because it's meant to host a bigger coil. But if you have the smaller gap one, you can only make it dual 4. So the dual 4 is skinnier, so you can only do dual 4s. However, I'm very low on dual 4 of this coil. So what a lot of people do with a dual 4 is they wire it down. So you end up with a 2-layer, I mean, it's extra heavy duty, sure, but it's a 2-layer coil. So even though it's right now like this, it's 4 layers, But when you wire it in parallel, you cut your windings in half, your wind count, okay? So that's why I'm a big fan of wiring in series. So you get more BL product. Now in this case, I'm actually gonna take off 2 layers, and this is the dual 2. So I'm gonna actually take off 2 layers, so that gives me a 2 ohm load, final load. And plus I get to double up the leads on the spider. So 2 leads per terminal. And yeah, this was the Solo, what was it? L7. Yeah, L7 12-inch dual 4. Solo Barrett. So, it does fit, but it's very tight. I don't like it. So I don't want to take any chances with that. So that's why I'm going to take off 2 layers, and then which frame am I using? I thought I was using the 4-spoke. Oh, it's up here. Okay. So I'm using the 4-spoke. This version, the P version with the vents in it. And then it uses the standard 5-inch or 127 millimeter bolt pattern. So, and then I had Sherry just do the lower landing because the 7-inch spider uses that lower landing, like that. So, and then we'll do the 5 series cone just like I did on the other CVX. And this is actually a really shallow version of it. Let me get my ruler. So it'll be 6 inches mount depth. So I was building a lot of these for a while for people for behind like Chevy trucks, seats, and things like that. So, but I just wanted to show you that you know, sometimes you can pull tricks like that. Like if you don't have that particular impedance that you need or to fit, you know, as long as you do your calculations right, you know, you should be fine. So, but I want to show you that the magnetizer is back up and running. I'll show you that real quick. Oh. So I was able to adjust. I was a little worried because I took that one bank out. Which I think was six 200 microfarad caps in parallel. So I was a little worried. So I wanted to see if I could adjust the voltage, and I can. So in fact, when I came in here, I don't know if it was the crackheads that adjusted it and fucked it up, or because as soon as I turned it on, it started to go way up, and I was like, oh no, let's turn that fucker off. And then so now you got to set it when it's off. You set it, and then see, it just moves back and forth. So, but right now I have it set just over 1,000, and so it's doing 1,000 volts now. So just like, you know, voltage times current equals watts, I wanted to compensate for the lost bank, and which it did fine. It's kicking like a mule. So I also cleaned up the cables. I got rid of the distribution blocks. I have these, by the way. This is the Hooker Audio out of Texas. The vendor for that, of course, was Larry Van Sickle at Recoil. And so I have a shit ton of these that I need to move. We're doing them for 20 bucks each shipped, or 5 for 100. Is that right? No, that's 20 bucks. So 6 for 100. So we'll do 6 for 100 shipped. They're not marked positive or negative. They have 0 gauge input, and then looks like 2 side 4 gauge, and then 4 gauge out. So I know people are like, oh, I want 0 gauge. Well, you can always bore that out if you wanted. So bore that out for 0 gauge and then go for it. So this is the old Lightning Storm version. There was a time where these touched, I think. So I cleaned up the connectors this time. I went ahead and just heat shrinked them. That one I couldn't quite fit the heat shrink over, but I did like 10 layers of Kapton tape, which this is Kapton tape, typical 1-inch. Used to only be made by 3M, but now you can buy a generic. It's fine, China. Super cheap. I recommend that for doing the heat sinks in amplifiers. So, but this was all motors, and it's all moved now, and it's all done. And so, and then I showed you the other coil. I wanted to get the new coil over here so that we could use it, because I hate this one the way it jumps, but it works, and I got to get these fucking woofers built. I'm going to spend all night trying to get these woofers packed. It rained yesterday and today, and so a lot of the packing material, the foam, got wet, and so I got to bring it in. I brought it in already. I'm trying to put fans on it so it'll dry, so I can use it for packing tonight and tomorrow. So, but yeah, no Sunday sermon. Sorry guys, I'm just busy, and I want to get out of this hole with my clients and get this done. And what was it? Yeah, this is all the 4-gauge welding wire that Curtis brought in. So I wanted to use that to wire up the new coil, but I may use it for something else, like maybe the jumper from the other meter to this meter. So, but anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Have a great week. And I don't know, keep rocking out. Dude, I don't know, some catchy catchphrase right there. Yeah, there you go. Have a great week.